spoilers, offensive content, and whatever the hell this is.
Why are we doing this, Dave? I am so far behind.
I know, you haven't even done summer yet.
Well, the thing about that is that kind of got lost, and I didn't think there was a point to doing it anyway. So we're going to set some ground rules here, first of all. First of all, we are Carl's Dave Animator. We are the best anime reaction show on the internet. And occasionally we'll do these little previews of the upcoming season, but this time we're just going to do it as kind of an observation of what's coming out and to make any comments we might have about these shows and the terrible, terrible, terrible descriptions they all have. We're basing all of our observations off what's on Anichart.net. Anichart.net is your source for exactly this kind of information. Shout out to Anichart. We make no promises as to watching or reviewing or reacting to any of these. We may talk about wanting to watch one and then not. We may talk about how we'll never watch one and then hear something about it and watch it. We may watch it on our own, or we may put out reviews and reactions to it. This is not a promise to put anything on the channel. This is just us talking about the fall 2018 anime season based off the previews we're seeing on Anichart.
Please do feel free, though, to leave us comments on shows you think we should watch.
Do not do that.
Again, no promises, but if there's one that's going to emotionally scar Carlos, I may just put it on the list.
Your suggestions will be deleted.
No, they won't.
They will be crushed underneath the heel.
I get those emails, my friend, so I will.
I will throw them into a proverbial and metaphorical pestle and mortar, and then I will take that whole pestle and mortar and throw it into the center of the sun.
Okay, so let's get started here.
No.
Yes.
Fuck, I really thought that was going to work.
I don't see why.
Akanisasu Shoujo by Dandelion Animation Studio. When I met myself, her, I said goodbye to my everyday world. An original television anime and smartphone game project celebrating the Animax channel's 20th anniversary.
So, that was awful. That tells us nothing about the show.
It was an awful summary, and yet it's telling that it's probably one of the better ones I've read. And I want to point out, I'm not crapping on Anichart. I'm sure this is just the translations of what they're getting. It's just that Japan doesn't know how to write a tantalizing tagline or make a tantalizing preview to save their life.
Pretty much. Anima Yell by Doga Kobo. The story follows Kohane Hatoya, a first-year high school student who is a bit clumsy and scared of heights, but who has a very bubbly and outgoing personality. Kohane decides to join the cheerleading club to try and make friends and overcome her weaknesses.
Seems very fluffy and nice and not at all my interest.
It's got comedy and sports on it, and I'm just kind of bored of these club things.
I'm sure there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Next.
Not for me, though. And, you know, instead of crapping on things I dislike, maybe I'm going to say it's not for me more often. I'm going to find the worst fucking thing in this list and start crapping on it immediately. Bakumatsu by Studio Dean! In the original game's story, the heroine is in Kyoto for sightseeing when she receives a mysterious pocket watch from a man. The heroine wears the watch and passes through a shrine's Torii Gate, and she is transported to another Bakumatsu era 150 years ago during the final years of the Edo period. The heroine must then try to find the way back home to the present Inuyasha? Inuyasha? That's...
It's very
70% Inuyasha.
That's very much Inuyasha's plot, but
they don't look like Inuyasha characters.
No, this looks like very much a man harem thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
This sounds a lot like Inuyasha.
It really does, and this has been done to death here recently.
Has it?
Yes.
Is that right?
This whole being transported back to the Edo period and taking part in it, whether you're an exorcist, a swords person, somebody out of time, I'm out.
I was about to say this needs to happen to an American person, and then I remembered The Last Samurai.
Yep.
Let's not go there.
Bakutsuri Bar Hunter by Toei Animation.
Guaranteed copyright strike.
Yep. The anime will center on the elementary school student Tota, who loves to fish. One day, a bar soul named Potpen appears from the barcode on Tota's bag of potato chips. Together, Tota and Potpen use a special Bakutsuri bar rod item to fish for other bar souls.
Now, this is a rare case of a description that actually does tell me what's going on.
Yes.
But what is happening?
It comes from a video game.
It's a barcode scanner collectathon anime.
Yep.
Much like, the official anime series of any card game.
Yeah.
But this card game is about fishing and barcodes.
So, not really interested.
Me neither.
Next.
Beelzebub Joe no Okinimesu Mama by Leiden Films. Anytime I see the word Beelzebub in an anime, I know it's going to be good. Murins lands his dream job. What?
That doesn't need a...
What?
That doesn't need to be apostrophe.
I'm going to assume that the apostrophe S is a typo, and honestly, people are allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Murin lands his dream job with the Demon King he's always had in awe. Always held in awe. That was my mistake. But when his tenure begins, it turns out the Demon King isn't quite what he expected. Okay.
Another good one.
A decent logline. It gives me a bit of an idea what's going on. Not enough of one. I see comedy and fantasy as the genres. There's nothing here that makes me actively want to seek this out, but nothing that makes me want to condemn it either.
Yeah.
If suddenly you were like, Carlos, I saw the first episode of this, you got to see the show, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's doing their job here. Conception by Gonzo.
Ooh.
The story of the game revolves around Itsuki Yuge, a high school student who finds out on the day of his graduation ceremony that his cousin and childhood friend Mahiru is pregnant.
Okay.
Immediately afterward, Itsuki and Mahiru are taken to a magical world called Grandvania, which is currently being invaded by monsters. The only people who can fight and exercise... Oh, hang on. Oh my god. Exercise the monsters are the Star Children, and the Star Children can only be produced by the 12 Shrine Maidens of the Constellations. Oh god. In order to defeat the monsters and return to his own world, Itsuki must father the Star Children with them out.
Okay, now, yeah, I'm out. I'm kind of wondering why you're calling him Itsuki when you know an Itsuki in another show that you've repeatedly referred to correctly.
Probably because I never was actually pronouncing the name via
it could be.
text.
This is me ribbing you a bit, Dave. I see Studio Gonzo and I'm like, oh, this must be good. And then I'm like, no, he's got to sire children with other women. Nope. Out.
So it's action, adventure, fantasy, romance.
I'm sure it's none of those things.
So, yeah, out.
No, what a garbage idea. Well, fuck, you know what? It's not for me. It's also garbage!
Look, there are already enough harem isekai animes out there that I don't need more.
Like, it wasn't bad enough that there have to be garbage harem shows with uninteresting male protagonists and women who are way more interesting relegated to be his sex objects. But there are these animes that are taking this to a whole new level in that, you gotta suck titties for powers and you gotta impregnate them for powers. It's just gross.
Well, and I hate the fact that I know the title of these shows. They're called isekai anime, and they are the style of self-insert, overpowered male protagonist that usually has a harem of women.
Most seinen shows.
The fact there's an actual name for them now, isekai, is just pathetic.
I guess so. I should point out that seinen can be a broad category that includes some really good anime.
Yep.
It's just most of them suck.
I won't go that far.
Shut up. I'll go that far. Dakaratai Otoko one I ni odosarete imasu. Okay, this is my Cloverworks. There has got to be a better English title for this. Takano Saijo has reigned as the idol industry's most huggable for 5 years. That is, until freshman actor Junta Azumaya... Wait, what?
That is until
freshman actor Junta Azumaya. Sorry, I thought that was a comma.
Yeah.
Takano was always considered brusque when Azumaya's smile is winning over admirers by comparison. The whole fiasco drives Takudo now to overindulge in alcohol, and his actions capture the attention of the last person he wants to see. To surprise, Azumaya uses this new info to line blackmail Takudo for physical affection. Okay. So this is a yaoi romance type of show, I'm guessing, based on the romance and the description. I want far more non-heteronormative relationships in my anime, but I'm cursed because every time I find an anime that does it, it's about subject matter I otherwise don't care about. So I'm certain this is going to be a fun show, but I'm not sure I want to watch it. I don't know about you.
I'm not that interested in the premise. Next one. Double Decker, Doug and Kirill?
Okay, wait.
Huh. What?
This needs to be brought up. This fucker's name is Doug? Which one of the two there is Doug?
Hang on. So... which one of these fuckers is Doug? I'm gonna go with this guy looks like a Doug.
Yeah, I think that's the Doug. Okay, you can zoom back out now.
Okay.
Okay, please. Sorry, Dave. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Okay.
But I can't get over the fact that not only is this fucker's name Doug, but his name is in the title of the show.
Okay, this is brought up by Sunrise. It's an original. The series will follow a two-man detective team, one who is a veteran and one who is a rookie. I'm betting Doug is the veteran.
I almost want to watch this just because of Doug. Like, I'm looking at the image, and it appears to be a fantasy world, which the preview leaves out. So does the genre. Mystery. That's all it tells us, mystery. I don't know. I kind of want to see an episode of this, Dave.
You know something? I will put this in the list, and if we get curious, absolutely. It has been added to the rolls.
Gotcha.
Next.
Fairy Tail. The final season of Fairy Tail. This is one you're more interested in.
So I'll just talk about this quickly.
Sure.
This is the finale that we've been waiting for now for 2.5 years.
Did the manga end?
Yes, the manga has finished completely.
Now, is this the last arc of the manga, or did the anime keep going past the manga?
No, this is very much the manga.
Okay.
Now, in this case, unlike Bleach and Naruto, the extra stuff, the extra seasons they added in that weren't part of the manga hasn't affected the manga stuff, but was still half decent. The last one kind of sucked.
Sometimes filler works.
So, like the filler...
Sometimes it's not filler, it's the anime versus the manga, right?
So the filler in this case was just simply okay. They didn't want to do anymore. They didn't want to fall into Bleach's pattern of doing a filler season every time that they weren't caught up. Or that they had caught up. So he's put this to be continued 3 times now.
Gotcha.
Where it just all of a sudden ended arbitrarily at a point where you're like, the fuck, you've got content here still there.
See, all these shonen shows, all these long-ongoing shonen shows just gotta do the My Hero Academia thing where they just do seasons.
Yeah.
They're okay with being behind, you know?
So, I'm really looking forward to this, especially seeing as Funimation does a really good job of the simuldub. So, I'm pumped for it.
Cool.
Next one.
Yeah.
Gaikotsu Shotenin Honda-san. by DLE. From a manga, the comedy manga's story centers on a skeleton named Honda who works in a bookstore. Hilarity ensues daily in his work at the shop's manga counter, and this is a comedy.
Okay, now I want to point out that I'm all for diversity. Always for diversity, always for characters who buckle the norm in all works, in all fiction, all over the world.
His co-workers looked very interesting. We got a mummy, a bag face,
I'm going to say something here. And if this is offensive, I'm going to rely on the fans to call me out here, and if it is truly offensive, I'll apologize for it. Skeleton lives matter.
Oh, God.
And it's good to see a skeleton in the protagonist role.
A skeleton out of the closet?
I didn't say that, Dave.
Next.
Gakuen Basara by Brains Base. The school battle comedy parody. You know, when we met today, I said, Dave, I got a killer headache. And just reading that made it way worse.
Oh, it gets worse.
Give me a moment. I need to collect myself.
This is from a manga, by the way.
I gotta swallow my bile a little bit here. Okay. We'll try this again. The school battle comedy parody reimagines the Warring States era warriors of Capcom's action game franchise, I didn't know Capcom made this, as rival students in a modern high school. Now, is that a name? Is that Date or is it Date? I'm going to say Date. Date Masamune and Sanada Yukimura battle to replace Toyotomi Hideyoshi as the next student council president. School battle comedy parody. No thanks. I'm certain. Look, that woman on the cover looks very cute. And that guy behind her also looks very cute. And I'm sure that they both are extremely tasty. But I'm just not in.
Wow, I mean, Toshe Tojo went in a whole different direction for season 2.
Did you mean Tenjo Tenge?
Wow, I did.
Yeah, you did. How do I know that?
You remember. Okay, next one. Goblin Slayer by White Fox.
Based on a light novel, so uh-oh.
We've had some good light novel ones. A young priestess has formed her first adventuring party, but almost immediately they find themselves in distress. It's the Goblin Slayer who comes to their rescue, a man who's dedicated his life to the extermination of all goblins by any means necessary. And when rumors of his feats begin to circulate, there's no telling who might come calling next.
So
it's an action fantasy.
Yes, action fantasy.
I'm kind of interested to see if look, we've got a hit and miss when it comes to light novels. Some of them are actually pretty good in their translation to anime. Other ones are absolutely fucking horrendous. I don't like just labeling any light novel show to be a miss because some writers can be very creative.
I've been reading a lot about quantum mechanics lately and how quantum fields and whatnot are relativistic. And perhaps there is a quantum reality out there where light novels are good. But in this quantum reality...
Dude, we've had some light novel ones we've enjoyed.
They are almost always bad. Now, while certainly that there are exceptions to the rule, what are you doing? God damn it. God damn it. No. I doomed myself. Golden Kamuy 2 by Geno Studio. The second season of Golden Kamuy. No thanks.
Garazeni 2. Second season of Garazeni. Don't
Baseball!
Care. Oh.
Yakun Shiban Sono Shinjitsu Igiari Season 2 by Cloverworks. The second season of what appears to be Phoenix Wright. Is that what it's called in Japan?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Next one. Hangyaku Sei Million Arthur by JC Staff, based on a video game, based on Square Enix's massively multiplayer online role-playing game. That's all they fucking say.
I've never heard of this game.
Action, adventure, fantasy.
Sure. great. I'm sure. I wish it well.
Yep.
Hinamaru Zumo by Gonzo. It is a divine ritual, a martial art, a combat sport. It's sumo. A small new student, Ushio Hanamaru, appears before the weak little sumo club of Udachi High School. The words big and heavy are the rules to this sport, which do not fit this newbie any inch. But this guy goes and does what? Ushio and the small sumo club climbs its way to the top. Now, there's a lot of sports anime. I don't think I've ever seen one based on sumo.
I've heard of a couple.
Yeah, to me that seems weird how sumo, of all things, has not had a dedicated sports anime. We've had dedicated sumo characters in fiction, and most of them have powers well beyond the sumo wrestler E. Honda. But, I'm fascinated by seeing one, but I also don't really want to watch it.
Same.
But I have nothing against it, though.
I think the premise of, not fat guy winning at sumo sounds interesting, but not enough to make me want to watch it.
And, certainly, you know what? I was about to say that it could be seen as fatphobic, but I'm sure that's not the intent at all, and that I'm misunderstanding a little bit about sumo by saying that. So I'll shut the fuck up about that.
Next one. Hu Li Zi Sheng by Yumeta Company. Based on a manga. A poor but talented high school boy named Hu Li, whose name is pronounced very similar to the term for fox in Chinese. He is a ghost singer-songwriter for the popular and narcissistic boy idol Kong Q, pronounced very similar to peacock in Chinese, who is very handsome but can barely sing. Hugh always wears a fox mask to hide his large facial scar caused by a traffic accident. Blah, 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 blah.
Did you say a traffic accident?
But a traffic accident.
An accident of the traffical nature.
He also uses a screen name, Mr. Fox, to publish his music online.
It seems like a
music
band anime. Sure, I wish it well. I have nothing against an anime where Zuko has become someone who writes music for someone. No problem.
Next.
Ingress by Crafter. Is this based off the game that is also the base of Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
The world around you is not what it seems. Our future is at stake. This is the game!
Yeah.
This is the mobile game where I went to that small town in Alberta and I took over every node, and I think it was mine for like a year. Our future is at stake and you must choose a side. A mysterious energy has been unearthed by a team of scientists in Europe. The origin and purpose of this force is unknown, but some researchers believe it is influencing the way we think. We must control it or it will control us. The enlightened seek to embrace the power that this energy may bestow upon us.
Right here.
The resistance struggle to defend and protect what's left of our humanity. Source Niantic. Yeah, it's Ingress. It's the dev of Pokemon Go.
It's a sci-fi anime.
For people who don't know, if you've ever played Pokemon Go and you've gone to Pokemon stops and wondered how they were named, the vast majority of them were named off of nodes on Ingress. Pokemon Go used the same framework as Ingress, which is a very popular kind of mobile MMO. I'm kind of fascinated at the idea of an Ingress anime.
Let's put her on the list. As a possibility. Next is Irozuku Sekai no Ashita Kara by PA Works. This is an original one. In Nagasaki, a descendant of mages, 17-year-old Hitomi lost her sense of color at a young age and grew up lacking emotion. Her grandmother Kohaku, a great mage, sends Hitomi to the past, to the year 2018. There she spends time with the 17-year-old Kohaku and friends from club activities. And how is this going? Not positive.
No, you don't gotta be positive just because I'm trying to be positive.
Not really interested. You had me at mages, and then lost me with the whole emotion getting over stuff.
You know, this seems like the kind of show that would make me feel really sad, And it seems like it has Yuri potential, but might be just baiting, which also makes me feel really sad. I'm getting really sad just looking at this image, which makes me really sad.
Next.
Let's move on to things that aren't really sad.
JoJo, next.
JoJo no Kimio. Oh, it's the next JoJo show. One day I'm going to watch all these and shotgun them.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you!
You get the left-hand side, I get the right-hand side.
Yeah, I know. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you telling me what the plan is?
There you go. I've tried, and seeing how many episodes there are and how many series there are to actually get up to date, I'm just like, nope.
I'll do it one day when I'm dead.
Yeah. Karakuri Circus by Studio Voln. Based off of a manga. The protagonist, Masaru, has just inherited a big fortune after the death of his father. However, people are trying to get their hands on it by any means necessary, even if it means killing him. Narumi helped Masaru to avoid being kidnapped after fighting some weird guys. And based on the image, yeah, weird. He found out that they're not humans. Okay, I'll just... But wooden puppets...
Keep reading!
But wooden puppets with amazing strength. After a hard fight, Narumi was forced to admit that he is no opponent for them, and just when he started to think that Masaru would be captured, Shirogane, Masaru's watcher, arrives from France with a weapon, the puppet... Harlequin?
Harlequin. It's Harlequin with no H.
Okay. It's an adventure mystery.
Huh. There are so many things about this that make me go, pardon? Like, the plot almost seems magical girlish. The protagonist appears to be a really buff dude. He's giving me Kenshiro vibes, almost. Like a modern Moe Kenshiro, almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, if you brought it up, I'd probably watch it, but I myself wouldn't seek it out. Watch this be the greatest thing ever made.
Okay, next.
Kazega's... Oh, God damn it, Japan, you and your names. Kazega Suyoku Fuiteru. The series is centered on the Tokyo Hakone Road Trip College Ikeden Race, or Hakone Ikeden, one of the biggest university marathon relay races in Japan. There are a lot of sports animes this season. The race is held every year on January 2nd and 3rd and goes between Tokyo and Hakone and back for a total run of nearly 217.9 kilometers, about 135.4 miles. So it's a sports anime about this annual event. Sure. I'm sure it's great. I wish them well.
Kira Happy Star Hiraki Kokotama. It's an original. The new series will focus on a new protagonist named Haruka Hoshinogawa and a Kokotama god born from her precious ribbon. It's a comedy / slice of life.
You gotta give me a second there. I gotta go brush my teeth to prevent the cavities this image just gave me.
Hang on.
We don't want to zoom in. No, Dave. I can do this myself. Don't worry. I got editing software.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not interested. It looks too cavity-inducing for me.
The darkest show of the season. Kishuku Gakko no Juliet by Leiden Films. Grigio Academy Boarding School. The students that attend this school come from 2 countries and reside in their own dormitories. Inuzuka and Persia are leaders of rival dorms, but in secret they love each other. Now they have to keep their relationship a secret from their dorm mates, or else bad things will happen to them. I only have one question. Are Inuzuka and Persia both women?
Based on that image, yes.
We've seen a lot of harem shows with boring, pasty male protagonists where the image is all women and it turns out to be a very boring, pasty protagonist. You know what? Put it on the list. I'm taking a gamble with this. God damn it, something is giving me the Yuri I crave.
Okay, next. Storia.
Oh, this is a fun title.
Mukuryoku no Shonen to Bin no Naka no Shoujo.
Hey, can I just say, if anyone's offended by the way we're pronouncing these, we're not trying to pronounce them bad on purpose. We just suck.
Well, you do. Encourage Films. It's based off of a video game. The fantasy strategy role-playing game is set in a world where humans and monsters coexist. In the main story, a boy apprentice, Yojutsushi, with the power to heal those who clash, embarks on a journey to restore the memories of his friend Merc, a girl trapped in the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Neat.
Why that's so funny? Okishiyasu Chitose. She sells sea get by gathering, based on manga. The soothing short manga follows Chitose, a fluffy emperor penguin chick living in Kyoto. The stories depict such familiar Kyoto locales as... Okay, no, I'm not reading all these locations. It's about a penguin in Japan. Great.
Comedy slice of life. Cool. Oh, god damn it. Okay, here we go.
Read the title of this very moe-looking show.
Ore ga suki nano wa imoto dakedo imoto janai.
By Naz.
Based off of a light novel. Oh, fuck my life. The awkward sibling romantic comedy series centers around the younger sister Suzaka Nagami and the older brother Yu Nagami. Suzuka is a beautiful third-year middle school student who has excellent grades and is the student council president and probably the perfect person ever. She wrote a novel about a little sister who dotes on her older brother, and the novel wins a light novel award, because of course it did. After they discuss the matter, Yu is the one who debuts as a proxy light novel author instead of Suzuka under the pen name Shikai Towano. Comedy and romance. Now look. As a fan of anime, the whole sibling romance stuff is not what... It doesn't bug me. But it also kind of does, because it's always done the same way. It's always awkward. It always
feels gross.
They always make it feel gross rather than an actual romance. And just based off this image, it kind of feels that way too. It also is bugging me by the fact that she's having him act as the author, probably because of how hard it is for women to break into the field. I'm just not interested.
I want nothing to do with this. I don't want to touch it with a 30-foot pole.
Yeah.
I almost said 30-foot penis. I don't know why. Radiant by Lersh. Based off of Other. The story follows Seth, a boy who seeks to become a great magician, and a group of witches who seek to travel to the Radiant. Radiant is a mythical land that spawns monsters called Nemesis, which fall to the world from the sky. While traveling, they are also hunted by the Inquisition. Okay, descriptive.
Sounds kind of cool.
Maybe, and it's by Lerch. So, yep.
I'm going to add it to my list.
The next one I'm a little scared of.
I'm already preparing for this. Release the Spyce. Why
did you say it like that?
Thank you.
Release the Spyce.
Thank you.
The Spyce will be released now.
By Les Douce.
Release the Spyce. Les Douce commands it.
Well, at least I gotta laugh at you.
Why haven't you released the Spyce?
So
that why just kills me.
So, this is an original.
Mm-hmm.
The anime begins with a lone high school girl named Momo attending a high school in the city of Sorasaki. Unbeknownst to everyone, Momo is an agent who works for the private intelligence agency Tsukikaji that protects the city and its people. Under the tutelage of her superior Yuki, or her senior Yuki,
Her superior, she's just better than her.
And her other friends, they keep the peace in the city. The story will eventually focus on 6 high school girls.
Dave, I'm going to tell you something before you talk about this.
Yeah.
This was written by Takahiro.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Probably bad. Possibly amazing.
Oh, wait, Takahiro. You're talking Yuki Yuna.
Yuki Yuna, Akame ga Kill.
It goes in the list.
Oh, God. Does it now? There's going to be so much queer baiting in this one.
I'll give it an episode.
Damn it, Takahiro! I was done with you! But you had to release the Spyce? It's great, Dave. It's great.
Thank you.
Rewrited! Kokoko no Dorita by Geek Toys. The year is 2050. A young engineer named Dorita Yavain becomes famous thanks to his contribution to the development of the autonomous machine D2 at Rebuild, the manufacturing company founded by his father. One day, Dorita and his colleague Nathan discover a flaw in the DZs and try to warn their boss, but are ignored. Although Dorita and Nathan are aware of the danger, they reluctantly decide to put off taking any measures. Oh my God.
Hang on.
And instead go to Nathan's daughter's mage's birthday party. The next day, after enjoying a peaceful day, Dorita and Nathan are suddenly attacked by unknown forces. At the end of the escape, Dorita falls into a cold sleep machine, and 10 years later, he wakes up to a devastated world in the middle of the war. Where is this going? While Dorita is attacked by a group of out-of-control DZs, he almost gives up, but he recalls Nathan's last words, "Take care of Mage." What the hell? Despite the harsh fate that has fallen upon him, Dorita sets off to seek Mage. Beyond the time we reunite, this is the story of a journey for hope.
Now, okay, that description was, number one, way too long.
Way too long.
But I'm kind of intrigued by the premise.
I won't not watch it, I guess.
Keep in mind, people, just because I'm adding it to the list doesn't mean we're watching it. So, next is Seishun Bota Yaro Wai Bunny Girl Senpai no Yumi wo Minai by Cloverworks. Based off of a light novel, there's a rumor about a mysterious phenomenon called puberty syndrome. Fuck me.
Finish it!
For example...
Or not. It's fine.
No, we have to finish them. For example, Sakuta Azusagawa is a high school student who suddenly sees a bunny girl appear in front of him. The girl is actually a girl named Mai Sakurajima, who is Sakuta's upperclassman, who is also a famous actress who has gone on hiatus from the entertainment industry. For some reason, the people around Mai could not see her bunny girl figure. Sakuta sets out to solve this mystery and as he spends time, I'm guessing while he spends time with Mai, he learns her secret feelings. Other heroines who have puberty syndrome start to appear in front of... Okay, no. Comedy romance? No, this is just...
Look, the casino bunny outfit is hot, but nah.
Yeah, premise does not grab me. This is gonna get you.
So, before I read this, we long finished our Senran Kagura review, and spoiler alert, we really turned around on the series and ended up loving it. At least I did. It became one of my favorite things that I've watched. I've just been so behind, and so many things have fallen by the wayside. Long story short, I gave it a perfect 3 pi out of 3 pi in the end. So I am super excited at the fact that we are getting a second season of Senran Kagura, and I am not at all excited to see that it appears to be some of the other girls instead of Asuka and Hamura.
Maybe.
Regardless, yes, I can see the Senran Kagura. Let's go. I'm in. Short and sweet.
Okay, next one is Sora to Umi no Aida by TMS Entertainment, based off of a video game. The story is set in Onomichi, Hiroshima in the year 20XX.
Specifically XX.
Yep.
So Mega Man X is around.
Fish just disappeared from the sea around the world, and only whales live in the ocean. The Ministry of Fishery decides to set up giant experimental universe fish tanks in space. The Onomichi Universe Fishery Union is established and begins to train space fishermen. Female fishermen are in demand due to the strengthening of an equal employment law for men and women. 6 new female space fishermen are selected, and the story centers on supporting their growth.
So, I'm not even certain of what I just heard or read. Space fishermen women. There appear to be a lot of elements at play in this. I wish it well.
I'm going to put this on my list because I want to check out like a first episode and see if it is as crazy. It's based off of a video game. There is a space fishing women fishermen video game? Moving on.
Soten no Ken Regenesis 2 by Polygon Pictures. The second core of Soten no Ken Regenesis. I don't even remember the first one.
There we go.
Was this was this the one that's the prequel to Hokuto no Ken?
No idea.
The prequel to Fist of the North Star? I think it is.
It looks like it, but yeah. Okay. Gridman.
That was good too. Gridman
by Trigger.
I hope his first name is.
This is an original collaboration with Saboria Productions. Yuta Hibiki awakens with amnesia and the ability to see things that others cannot. He first encounters a gridman in the reflection of his friend Rika Takarada's computer, and it tells him to remember his calling. But Yuta doesn't understand what this means. Later in the distance, he sees an extremely large monster, but it doesn't move. It's only when Yuta gets to school that the two sightings make sense. A monster attacks, and the hero Yuta saw on the computer screen pulls him within the computer and transforms Yuta into a giant hero named Gridman.
So, another spoiler of a show I haven't gotten out yet. Darling in the Franxx did not like it one bit. Dave finished watching the first season, said it got very good later. I never got there and will never get there because I hated it. And I started to wonder if Trigger wasn't a hit or miss type of studio that occasionally does good work on things like Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, and Steven Universe of all things, and then just makes garbage otherwise.
Well, okay, but here's the thing that we weren't really considering when we were talking about Trigger. Trigger's an animation studio. Trigger doesn't write their own shit in most cases.
That's fair.
So when we're looking at it by Trigger here, it means they're the animation studio. This Subaraya Productions is probably the writers.
Sure.
So I'm willing to give a first episode because it is Trigger's animation. Even Darling in the Franxx looked amazing animated.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with that logic. Put it on the list.
I mean, Trigger, you do amazing animation, but maybe try and find some better people to write shit. Like they have any option.
Sword Art Online, Alicization, the 3rd season of Sword Art Online. Underworld, the world that could unstrip even SAO, or as Dave says, SOA. Residents are NPCs or just like humans. Kirito wanders into and gets lost in Underground. He and his new friends struggle to escape as they unravel the secrets of this new virtual world. I heard the one SAO spin-off was actually pretty decent.
Oh, it was the best thing that SAO has ever done.
Sure. My feelings on Sword Art Online is that it had a lot of potential and I didn't end up liking it. And I probably would have loved it a lot more if Kirito died and Asuna was the main character. That all said, I wish this well. Even if I want to crap on SAO, I kind of don't, because obviously with different authors it can be something good.
Well, and the reason why that side story was so good for the Gun Gale stuff was because it was written by the guy who wrote Kino's Journey.
Yeah. No.
And he did an amazing job with the characters and the world and everything else. It was great. Best thing SAO has ever done.
Sure. You know what?
I'm interested.
I'm happy for fans of this. I don't care.
I'm interested in SAO myself. I'm looking forward to the third season, but only after I get a dub. Next. Tensai Shitaru Slime Daka Ken. I already know this one and I hate my life. By 8-Bit, based off of a light novel. Fuck my life. Lonely 37-year-old Satoru Mikami is stuck in a dead-end job, unhappy with his mundane life. But after dying at the hands of a robber, he awakens to a fresh start in a fantasy realm as a slime monster. As he acclimates to his goopy new existence, his exploits with other monsters set off a chain of events that will change his world forever.
Now, people at home can't see this, but I am flipping off the screen.
I've already seen a trailer for this, and it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. The fact they don't have ecchi on here is freaking ridiculous. I'm doubt.
They probably do. Go there and scroll down.
Nope.
No, you'll never know. No.
And the sad thing is this one will probably get picked up for a simuldub.
Oh, no doubt. Thunderbolt Fantasy 2, the second season of Thunderbolt Fantasy. The show that is done in the same style as the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
With marionettes. I saw clips of this on Tumblr. It seems okay if you like Thunderbolt Fantasy. Go for it.
Here's one that I'm pumped for. Tower Majutsu no Index 3 by JC Staff. Third season of Tower Majutsu no Index.
Otherwise known as... Say the English title.
I forget the English title off the top of my head.
You don't remember the English title, do you?
No, I don't.
It's A Certain Magical Index.
Right. This was actually a surprise to me because I was very sure that they were going to do... Like, the way the series worked is it did the first season of Index, then the first season of Railgun, second season of Index, second season of Railgun, which was the final season of Railgun. And everybody was sure they were going to break out into a season based off of the one antagonist now...
What's his name, Dave?
Oh boy. Accelerator.
But what's his name now?
It's still Accelerator.
Isn't he called Calculator now?
I don't think so.
I thought he was called Calculator after certain events where Last Order fucking... You know what? What am I saying? Matter. I don't actually care that much.
I'm pumped for this one, but again, I'm waiting for the dub.
Tokyo Ghoul Re 2, second cour. What's a cour of Tokyo Ghoul?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
This is like season 4. We were going to get back to season 1 one day. I don't think it'll ever happen. Tonari no Kyuketsuki-san by Studio Gokumi.
Oh, fun.
Based off of a manga, due to a strange incident, Akari is rescued by a vampire girl named Sophie Twilight, and Akari becomes interested in her.
Can I just say Sophie Twilight is a fantastic name?
It is.
And this has Yuri potential, and then I see Studio Gokumi, and I'm like, nope, no, it does not. It has Yuri baiting potential. But Sophie Twilight is such a good
awesome
name. Like, that is a brilliant vampire name.
Yep.
Tsurude Kazumai Koko Kyudo Boo by Kyoto Animation. Minato played Japanese archery in middle school, but after a certain incident, he ran away from the sport. In high school, Minato meets new friends, and together, as part of their school's archery club, they aim to star in another sports anime. What is happening?
I know it seems like there's a lot, but there were a lot last season too, and the season before, and the season before that. Next, Uchi no Maid ga Uzasurgiru, based off of a manga. The manga centers on Misha, a little girl who lost her mother at an early age and now lives with her father. Her father employs a maid named Tsubame, who was a former Special Defense Force official and is also a lolicon.
Put it on the list. What?
Okay.
What? Put it on the fucking list. Don't ask questions. Just put it on the fucking list. Next. Ulysses, Jeanne d'Arc to Renkin no Kishi by Axis.
Based on Jeanne
d'Arc and Ulysses.
Again.
The novel series story takes place in 15th century France, during the 100 Years' War with England. Montmorency, the son of a noble, immersed himself in the study of magic and alchemy at a school for knights. However, after France's defeat at Agincourt, the school is disbanded, and Montmorency, I really wish that wasn't his name, is forced to flee. While on the run, he meets a miraculous village girl named Jeanne. And
that's it.
Yeah, nah, no thanks, no.
Next, Yagate Kimi ni Naru. Yu has always loved shoujo manga and waits the day she gets a love confession that sends her heart aflutter with bubbles and blushes. And yet when a junior high classmate confesses his feelings to her, she feels nothing. Good. Disappointed and confused, Yu enters high school still unsure how to respond. That's when Yu sees the beautiful student council president Nanami turn down a suitor with such maturity that she's inspired to ask her for help. When the next person to confess to Yu is Nanami herself, has her shoujo romance finally begun?
Once again, they put the Yuri in the shows that I otherwise don't really care for. Like, I know why it has to be this way. It's because they have some bullshit garbage fucking thing. Like, I read about this. I'm not sure how true it is, but, like, apparently it's very difficult to have non-heteronormative romances and things that aren't specifically yaoi or yuri-based shows because they want them to be filed under those genres and those time slots. And that's why all of the stuff with non-heteronormative stuff is just sappy romance stuff, which is... I want sappy romance in other genres. I don't really want it as its own thing. Regardless, if you were to watch this, I'd see it too. Otherwise... What the fuck?
I want you to say that name properly.
Okay. Zokyu Urare Monogatari by Shaft.
Very nice.
Based off of a light novel. It's the third season of the Monogatari series, part 3 of 3. Contains some arc for some manga, and a cutie and shorts. That's all I really know about it.
Well, at least you got more than what I've got in the next one. Zombieland Saga by Mappa. No description, though the image does have original TV animation. This is a saga that nobody has seen. The world will be saved by the dead.
Huh. Neat.
I'm going to put that on there just because.
So we skipped over the leftovers from last season and the TV shorts because we don't generally find stuff to watch there. We're at movies now. Dragon Ball Super Broly. By now, everyone has lost their minds over either the sub or dub or both trailer. I'm still very mad that Broly looks so much like Yamcha in this poster and gave me false hope that maybe Yamcha was finally going to get his due. He won't. However, that trailer looked fucking amazing. So I'm kind of looking forward to this movie.
Same here. Another Precure movie. I've never gotten into Precure, even though a couple commenters have said I should. I watched a couple episodes of one of the series. I'm just like, nope.
A Godzilla movie. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, no idea what this show is. Hakaya-san.
K7 Stories, Circle Vision, Nameless Song, the 6th movie, and something I only heard of now.
Oh, and there's the 4th.
What the fuck? Hang on.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, that's Circle Vision. This is Lost Small World. And they got the 4th movie for that one.
Okay, I'm sure the next one's going to be related.
5th one.
Memories of Red. Oh, this is the 5th. Okay. Okay, so next is on your side there.
I guess they must be the actual in order, because that's 40 days away. Then the 5th one's 68, and the 6th one is 96.
These movies are coming out so fast.
Kaiju Girls, Kuru looks perverted, no surprise.
Keto Senshi Gundam NT. This is a Universal Century one. Universal Century 97. The year the Laplace's box was opened. Despite the revelation of the original charter for the Universal Century, which acknowledges the existence of new types and their rights, the world remains largely unchanged. After the destruction of the Neo-Zeon remnant forces known as the Sleeves, which I think is what happened in Gundam Unicorn, don't quote me on that, the event that has come to be known as the Laplace Incident seems to have drawn to a close. In the final battle, 2 full cycle-frame mobile suits display power beyond human imagination. The menace of the White Unicorn and the Black Lion were sealed away from public consciousness and were consigned to be forgotten by history. But now sightings of the RX-0 Unicorn 03, long thought lost 2 years ago, are being reported. Its name is Phoenix, an immortal golden bird. I heard Gold Gundam Unicorn was alright. It has the dumbest villain name ever, Full Frontal. So this one's probably going to be all right. I'll wake me up when they make a sequel to G Gundam, the objectively best Gundam show.
Another Eureka 7 movie. I don't care.
I thought you would like Eureka 7.
No, I really didn't.
Magical Girl Lyrical no Noha movie. Oh, I haven't really followed Nonoha, so I'm not too interested in that.
Monster Strike the movie, Sora no Kantana, based off of a video game. 13 years ago, a part of Tokyo broke off and started floating in the sky.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, the floating part of the city became Old Tokyo, while the rest that remained on the ground became New Tokyo.
What?
Communication and interaction between Old Tokyo and New Tokyo became impossible. Really? Years after the incident, a young girl discovers that Old Tokyo will soon fall back to the ground. She sets off on a dangerous journey to New Tokyo to save the citizens from impending doom. When unidentified beings appear, a mysterious blue-haired girl named Sora saves a young man named Kanata. Together with the vampire siblings Toya and Yuna.
This is getting very complicated.
And the monsters Ryoma and Kamu and Hanzo, they fight for the fate of the world. Features a new story and characters unrelated to the first Monster Strike movie and net anime.
Okay, so I have a question. A part of Tokyo breaks off and starts floating, and they call that
Old Tokyo.
Old Tokyo.
Yep.
While the one still on the ground is New Tokyo.
Exactly.
That seems stupid. The show I'm sure is fine. Peacemaker Kuragane Yume. Is this a sequel to Peacemaker?
I don't know if it's a sequel or if they're doing the whole do it in movie form differently.
Is the character there in the front, is that the main character of Peacemaker that I remember?
It sure looks like the kid grown up.
Maybe that might be worth seeing then, because I still remember Peacemaker fondly.
Uchu no Horo Rame Hen. It's a sequel. Yeah, moving on.
Usuzumi Sakura Garo. The Heian world, the beautiful capital Kyo, in its glorious splendor. When two attractive onmyoji meet, the sad ephemeral and beautiful cherry blossoms will bloom after a millennium.
Yeah.
No thanks.
And Yokai Watch, moving on. Okay, well, this is one that actually interests me after all these years.
So we resume back in the OVA special, so... this is one that's going to interest a friend of mine as well who loved Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho actually has a two-shot one that's based on how Hiei and Kurama met, as well as a episode that happens after the end of the series. Now that one interests me greatly.
Cool.
I loved Yu Yu Hakusho. I always kind of hoped that we'd do it for the anime array, but it's a little bit big to jump into, and you were never really that interested.
I've nothing against it. I know a lot of people who like Yu Yu Hakusho, though.
I think it's one of the better shonen martial arts with powers kind of shows. It's the fact that it only has 110 episodes and that's it is a plus in today's day and age.
Relatively brief for this kind of show.
I know.
So, that was our look at fall.
Nowhere near as painful as previous seasons, actually.
No, it was just puzzling.
Yeah.
I was more confused than annoyed this time. Confused by the amount of sports anime, confused by just some of the anime's description, confused by the fact that I'm still here doing this. But no, decent look at fall. Like I mentioned at the beginning, this is no promise that we're going to review any of these. We're just kind of looking at what's up. We hope that this look forward is entertaining for our fans, and if they like these looks, these look forwards, let us know that you like them. If there's anything you want us to watch, just fuck right off and don't tell us.
Hey, let us know. Again, no promise that we'll actually do them. But
I promise we won't do them.
But if I get enough for a certain show, I may just watch episode 1 on my own and make Carlos watch it with me.
Fuck. Carlos Leaf Anime Reviews is the best anime reaction show on the internet. You can find us at animereviews.xyz.
Tune in next time.
Bye.